Good morning, everyone, and I'm back with another topic. I'm back with another new topic, which is of interest to me and should be of interest to all HRM practitioners. My friends, how are you all? I hope you're all fine and doing fine. So let's start. Today's my topic will be on HRM topical issues. What do I mean by topical issues? It means immediate relevant topics of importance at the moment. That's what I mean by topical issues. It's the topics of the day. And we cannot deny these topics. We cannot deny or give secondary importance or relegate these topics. They are living, and it's very important to think about these topics. After all, ignoring these topics will be at the peril of the top management. By peril, I mean the risks of being destroyed, injured, or harmed. Ignore these topics, the company will be harmed or may be harmed. And that's why I attach much significance and seriousness to the topics I'm going to discuss. What are the topics? My first topic is the global politics will have to come forward. Politicians, in order to tackle the topics I've just selected, which I'm going to discuss, I have to admit, global politicians will have to come forward to tackle the issues, not me. The global governments will have to come forward, not me. Not you, but the governments will have to come forward. Will have to take the lead role. The policymakers, the world bodies like IMO, like IMF, World Bank, ADB, all these big bodies will have to come forward to tackle or deal with issues I'm going to explain. Also, the people will have to come forward. All need to come forward in a collective manner to deal with the issues I'm going to discuss. Also, I have to admit, the practitioners, scholars, educationalists, and researchers are all thinking, and we have to think about new HRM ideas to deal with the topics I'm going to mention. This newness is what makes HRM so interesting. When the society moves, Asia has to move with it. And that's what makes this subject so interesting, so dynamic. The global HRM community, of which I belong, may not be formally, but informally I belong to this global HRM community. will have to take the lead role. Speaking from an HRM perspective, times are tough, times are rough, times are unsettled. At this very moment of day, yes, times are very unsettled. I cannot see tranquility. I can see we are in an unsettled global setting. Here, I'm not really talking about deviating from the ideas of great scholars like Cantor Roosevelt, Karl Marx, Max Weber, Max Greger, Maslow, Deming, and etc. I'm not deviating from the theories. I'm trying to actually make the theories more compatible with the reality of today. What we need, not any more of the so-called flown experts. Here I'm talking about we do not need any more so-called flown-in experts whose languages we hardly understand. By flown-in experts, I mean the experts who come by plane to solve a problem. I don't know. I don't understand their language. Maybe they are too articulate for me. I need simple people, simple ideas, like you and me. I don't need people coming from abroad to decide. It doesn't have to be abroad, but coming through their own jets, planes, delivering an inspiring lecture. No. I need down to earth people who understand HRM. That's my understanding. And when I use the word flown in, I mean those who are coming as experts from aeroplanes. I don't need, well, we have had enough of these types of researchers, these types of people. I need now more down to earth people who understand my language, with whom I can correspond without any big words, big talks, big concepts. We need a more ethical HRM leaders to make a fresh start. But first of all, what do we mean? What do I mean by management, HRM management? Let's put theories, jargons, models, professional terms to rest for the time being and concentrate on what we think about management. HRM or human resource management is simply about taking responsibility to accomplish a task by creatively thinking about the problems, barriers, and people issues in the contemporary context. How to manage people to accomplish tasks is our function. So, what are the contemporary HRM issues which have caught my attention? My first issue is HRM leadership. From my limited knowledge, I think this is a big issue, HRM leadership, because on this issue is based on this issue of HR leadership is based the credibility of HRM, the trustworthiness of HRM, the reputation and image of HRM. To me, HRM leadership is critical to the achievement of the aims of any organization, irrespective of size, location, product, services. It doesn't matter. How to manage people is very important, and to get results from people is even more challenging these days. At the same time, I also have to look into performance of the people who I'm engaging with, adding value to the stakeholders, managing the organization with true HRM leadership skills, and engaging the hearts of people. This is very important to me, to motivate the people intrinsically. It may sound easy, but it's difficult. It may sound common sense, but it is not that common sense. It requires thinking. And I'll discuss HRM leadership and the related behaviors in the very near future. That will be one of my topics of discussion, which will be HRM skills, HRM knowledge, and HRM leadership. The next issue is about ethics. To me, it's a very important issue in contemporary times. First of all, we need to realize ethics is important. It's just not another fashionable concept. No, it's the reality. In order to succeed, human resource practitioners, the workforce, need to unitedly deal with ethics. And we, the HRM professionals, will have to take the lead role in leadership and in ethics. Again, in the very near future, I'll be discussing about ethics in detail. I also have to take into consideration in contemporary times, risk is a great factor. Another great issue these days. A simple word, risk. I intentionally left this topic till the end because it is quite an elaborate topic which requires thinking. Risk is an element in any sort of business, makes its presence felt when the going gets tough. And in contemporary times, it will be foolish to ignore risks. The risks can actually disrupt the organization. Risks can injure the organization. Risks can cause tremendous harm to the organizations. That's why we need to think about risks. Some scholars may call this crisis management. There are two parts of risks: non-entrepreneurial risks and entrepreneurial risks. I repeat, risks can be divided into non-entrepreneurial risks and entrepreneurial risks. Okay? Non-entrepreneurial risks mean those risks associated with fire, flooding, collapses of wall, corruption and pollution, etc. Entrepreneurial risks are associated with incorrect forecasting, incorrect strategy, incompatible strategy, for which we require contingency. We need a contingency plan, a plan which is called Plan B. In all the major areas of the organization, things can go wrong anytime, any moment. We need a Plan B for all the core areas. But first of all, we need to identify the risks. Why? Because we need uninterrupted and continue our service to the end users. What needs to be done? We need to form a risk management committee. We need to select a chairperson for the committee and also identify the members. Identify key functional areas of the business. Clarify roles and responsibilities. Get the whole organization involved in the risk management. As I said earlier, and all of you will agree, risks can come at any time from anywhere. All risks cannot be controlled. Some risks can, and those are my areas. I don't know. Just take, for example, winter is on its way. In cold countries, in European countries, heating is a big issue. Electricity is a very big issue. And any disruptions to electricity may cause problems for the organization. I'm just giving an example of heating. Yes, we need, in European countries, you need heating because the continent itself is cold. I've been there, I know. And that's why it's important to understand the winter is coming. At the same time, I gather some information from the newspapers that there might be electricity shortages. In such circumstances, the organizations need to think ahead. Again, in Asian countries like in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, temperatures do not get that cold. Yet, yes, but in some parts it can become very cold. So we need heating, we need electricity, and I'm hearing that there might be disruptions. So why not think about it in advance? What can be done, if anything can be done at all? My friends, the core issues that I've come across with is and will be ethical leadership, which I think is extremely important in contemporary times. Also, I'd like to take into consideration not only about leadership, it's about human resource leadership, human resources management leadership, and human resource management itself are very important as far as I'm concerned. HRM leadership, HRM ethical leadership, and HRM management. At the same time, I've also mentioned elements of risk. Some large organizations have risk management in place, but I'm requesting my friends to promote this concept of risk management among the small organizations on whom the economy of the country depends. And in these days and time, to some extent, the world seems to be at risk. We need to think in advance from where will we get the raw materials? What could be done? Just it's a matter of being aware and thinking in advance. That's all I can do. My friends, stay well wherever you are. Have a pleasant day ahead. I promise to meet you all very soon with another interesting topic. For the time being, stay well. God bless you all. Thank you all.